Alright, good morning, good afternoon, good evening sa anumang oras po ninyo pinapanood itong ating lecture on RNA viruses. Okay, so let's start with arenaviruses. So arenaviruses is a lymphocytic choriomeningitis from a animal host. And the host most commonly is the mice that is transmitted to humans. It is derived from a nurse who died in Lassa, Nigeria. It appears as the lifelong persistent inapparent infection of its natural rodent. Okay? So, saan ba galing itong arenavirus? It is derived from the presence within the virions of cellular ribosomes. And they said it resembles a grain of sand, and it is found on Junin and Machupo viruses, South America. So ano ang mnemonic natin? Si Junin ay Machupo. Okay? And siya ay nagfe-flex ng kanyang katawan sa mabuhangin na lugar, and that is arenaviruses. Alright? So now the facts about this virus: it is an old world serogroup, has the LCM. The old world serogroup has the LCM or lymphocytic choriomeningitis, while the new world serogroup has the Thakkaraib complex. So what do we mean by the Thakkaraib complex? A group of related arenaviruses, found in the America, that are transmitted to by the rodents. And Guaranito is a member of the family Arenaviridae and has been designated a Category A bioterrorism agent by the U.S. Centers, while the Machupo is found in Bolivia, with both transmitted to humans by infected rodents. Basta ang keyword lang natin, arenaviruses, yung daga sa buhangin. Okay, grain of sand, and then mice, or rodent or daga, yung kanyang host na naisalin po doon sa tao. So ang incubation niya ay 1 to 2 week, Pagkatapos ng 1 to 2 week na incubation, at appearances ng fever, malaise, fatigue, and headache, it will progress to more severe manifestations including thrombocytopenia, mucosal hemorrhage, and potential neurological symptoms. Okay, so what is lymphocytic choriomeningitis? It is suspected in patients with exposure to rodents and an acute illness, particularly aseptic meningitis or encephalitis. Siyempre, inflammation of the meninges ng utak. Tapos lymphocytic, ibig sabihin mostly increase ay yung mga lymphocyte. So what will be the specimen of choice? CSF. It shows a decrease in glucose, and many lymphocytes will give you 100 to 1,000 cells per UL. Okay, we can diagnose it through PCR, and the presence also of leukemia and thrombocytopenia are evident. So later on in your urinalysis, you will learn that yung CSF kasi pwede mong malaman itong kagandahan. Pwede nating malaman kung anong specific pathogen ang ma-isolate natin or evident doon sa sample. Halimbawa sa CSF, kapag ka-decrease in glucose associated with viral nakuha, and of course many lymphocytes. That is how we analyze it, guys, as future medtech. Pagka decrease ang glucose, syempre virus yan. Okay, ano ibig sabihin naman kapag yung mayroon kasi yung mga glucose na nag-i-increase ganun, o kaya increase glucose, pwede mong ma-determine if that is bacteria o kaya naman fungi. Sa urinalysis yan, merong table doon na pwede nating ma-identify, lalo na sa topic ng CSF, kasi yung CSF specimen of choice din in detecting bacterial pathogen. Kasi 'di ba kung meninges, ang meningitis, 'di ba, pwedeng cause ng bacteria, okay? Pwedeng cause ng virus, pwedeng fungi. So, how are we going to specifically determine the pathogen? Kasi we cannot say na, okay, meningitis yan, bacteria yan. Hindi po pwedeng ganon, di ba? That's why as medical technologists, future medtechs, that's the job, okay, specifically for those who are skilled, equipped, and trained, okay, in um, the procedure of the microbiology laboratory, okay, would specifically identify that when we say meningitis, we can specify virus yan. Okay? Kasi ano ba yung bacteria na cause ng meningitis? Diba? We have the Neisseria species. And yung Neisseria species, ano naman yan? Pwedeng merong Neisseria gonorrhoeae, merong Neisseria meningitidis. And how are we going to determine them? Diba? Yung carbohydrate test. Tapos yung kanilang biochemical test. Okay? If yung isa nag-positive sa sucrose or no carbohydrate or glucose and maltose, pag glucose, kinain niya, gonorrhea. Pag maltose, Neisseria meningitidis. Diba? That's how we interpret. That's why yung bakte, crucial. Tapos, kailangan natin ng comprehension talaga and correlation. Those are the triple C that I always emphasize. Crucial, comprehend, and correlate. Now, since this is virology, of course, I have summed up the important things that we need to determine. Okay, so ito po yung picture ng ng lymphocytic choriomeningitis. Ganyan po yung kanyang histological side. Okay, so syempre focus tayo, no? As future medtech, focus tayo dun sa laboratory diagnosis. Pakitandaan na lang natin na meron ito ay BSL-4. Okay, so dapat yung alam naman natin yung category ng BSL-4, no? Na biosafety level siya. Okay? Ang nasa isip ko kasi biosafety cabinet. Anyway, biosafety level 4. So, yung mga nakakamatay na yan. And also, hemorrhagic fever. Of course, what does it mean by hemorrhage? Hemorrhage means blocking. Okay? Yung daluyan, no? Nagbo-block niya yung vessel, causing now ischemia. Next, the pathology is confined to thrombocytopenia, leukopenia, hemoconcentration, and also proteinuria. Okay, so what did you notice? Thrombocytopenia is decrease in the platelet. Okay, leukopenia is decrease also in WBC. Siyempre, sa daluyan, based on hematology, yung ugat, yan yung bridge. Tapos, whole blood, okay, when we say whole blood, it refers to the RBC, WBC, platelets. Magkakasama talaga yan na dumadaan doon sa bridge. So, when we say thrombocytopenia, that means, okay, there is a decrease, no, in the platelet. Tapos, decrease WBC. Tapos, hemoconcentration. Ibig sabihin, ano bang ibig sabihin ng hemoconcentration? Okay? Hemoconcentration means kapag halimbawa nagbe-venipuncture ka, 'di ba? Tapos sobrang tagal, no, nasasakal. Parang gano'n siya. Sobrang tagal ng tourniquet doon sa braso ng tao, nagkakaroon ng hemoconcentration, sabi natin. So, nasasakal siya. Alright? And also the presence of proteinuria. So, ano yung treatment? Ribavirin. Okay? Administered via intravenous in high dosage during the first 6 days. Next, Bunya viruses. Ito po yung itsura ng Bunya viruses. Okay, ang genus Hantavirus, transmitted by urine and saliva between reservoir and host. Okay? It is isolated from intracerebral inoculation of suckling mice. The virus grow well in more convenient vertebrate cells. The purpose of giving you the link of the book is for you to, um, for those who wants to read more, okay, then you have the opportunity to study that book. I am giving you here the details and the summary of the important things that we need to know. So, yung isa, tandaan natin, arena viruses, si Junin Machupo ay nasa arena ng buhangin kasama ang daga. Arena viruses, daga. Tapos yung Bunya viruses, daga rin. Okay? Yun nga lang, si hantavirus. Okay? A specimen of choice for arena, CSF. A specimen of choice for Bunya, dugo. Okay? Next, we have the serological test. Pag sinabi natin serological test, yung mga ito ay pwede nating ma-diagnose through immunofluorescence. So, this is the time to correlate now your serology topic. Next, hemagglutination as well. Okay? And or the enzyme immunoassay. So, the species are identified by hemagglutination, inhibition, or neutralization. These principles and concepts are discussed in your serology. Okay. So, ito po yung itsura ng Bunya viruses. Ayan. So, showing you in the illustration yung neutralization assay, no? Yung neutralization assay. Ano bang idea ng neutralization? Parang binabalanse mo siya, 'di ba? That's the idea, neutral. That's the keyword, neutral. Okay? So as you can see, may mga antibodies diyan, okay? Naka-attach sila dun sa particle, surface particle nung virus. Okay? So, please take note of the important culture cells. We have the Vero E6 or BHK21. So, the vector for this is mosquito Aedes. Okay? So, excuse me. The Vero E6 is derived from the African green monkey cells, while the BHK21 is derived from the baby hamster used in biotechnology. Yan po yung itsura ng BHK21. Okay. Classifications ng Bunya viruses, we have the valley fever. The valley fever is known for many years as a devastating disease of ruminants. Okay? Known for many years as devastating disease of ruminants, which breaks out every decade or so on East or South Africa. Ano yung clinical features natin dito? It begins a 2 to 6 days incubation with fever. Okay? Also a generalized myalgia and hemorrhagic fever as well, marked by jaundice and widespread hemorrhage. So, when we talk about valley fever class, tandaan mo si sheep and cattle. Okay? There are sheep and cattle on the valley. Oh, yon ang mnemonic natin. Same vector, Aedes. 'Di ba ano ba yung Aedes mosquito? Siya din yung dengue at saka yung Plasmodium. Tama ba ako? Or I made a mistake, no? Yeah. Basta yung mga yan, Aedes dengue. Pero kasi yung Plasmodium mosquito din, no? Pwede nyo naman siyang i-check if I forgot kasi if Aedes aegypticus yata siya. Okay? So, anyway, the mosquito Aedes, marami kasi yung genus at saka classifications eh. Pag yung sinabi nating Aedes, okay, hindi lang siya hindi lang siya Aedes aegypticus. Marami siyang category ng Aedes. Okay, general mosquito to. Identified as the transmitter during the rains. Ayan. pagka umuulan. Okay? So, paano yung cycle niya? Yung mga, di ba yung mosquito, dadapo dun sa sheep and cattle, tapos mai-infect sila. Yan. Yung mosquito na infected, siya ang kakain dun sa sheep and cattle, causing now viremia for 3 to 5 days. Viremia is the presence of virus in the blood. So, ano yung mga modes of transmission? Fomites, direct contact, arthropods, and then for the treatment, vaccines are available naman for immunization. Okay? Live attenuated and formalin inactivated vaccine po yung types of vaccines for treatment. Okay, next we have the sunfly fever. Ito po yung itsura ng sunfly fever. Itlog muna, maging larva, maging pupa, tapos maging adult sunfly. So, ganyan po yung itsura kapag nakagat ang isang tao ng sunfly fever. Diba, para siyang ang lalaking bulutong. Grabe naman. Next, ito yung itsura ni mosquito sa malapitan, no? Lamok, lamok, lamok. Ayan. So, kapag kinagat ka, ganyan yung appearance niya. So, the sunfly virus are known as common but non-lethal disease by flevovirus. Okay? It is transmitted by Phlebotomus papataasi. The word phlebotomus is the word where we get or derive the phlebotomy. It is the word where we derive phlebotomy. Okay? Phlebotomy is acquiring of blood. Right? PR2, PR1. Oh. So, it is commonly in Mediterranean Sea. And mostly affected are the group of indigenous people. Human disease caused is self-limiting dengue-like syndrome marked by fever, headache, myalgia, retroorbital pain conjunctivitis, and leukopenia. We have also the California encephalitis. Okay? The California encephalitis is a serogroup within a Bunya virus isolated from mosquitoes or vertebrates in various parts of the world. And La Crosse virus, it is the best studied and most important human pathogen in the group. So the La Crosse virus causes encephalitis specifically in children and for forestry workers. Lalo na yung mga mahilig mag-hiking, punta sa bundok, yan. Sila yung mga nakakagat. Next, we have the oar pouch fever. Oar pouch. A member of the genus Bunya virus, that has caused repeated epidemics with thousands of cases in northern Brazil, usually in the rainy season. No mortality. Okay? The urban vector is known as Culicoides paraensis, and the sylvatic cycle are in the sloths and monkeys. So again pagka ika-classify natin, we have the Bunya virus, ito yung oar pouch fever, yung sunfly fever, yung California encephalitis. Yan, para maayos po sa isipan. So, ano yung epidemiology niya? It is maintained by a cycle of transovarial, transstadial transmission in exodid ticks. So, ano yung transmission? Direct contact with subclinically infected viremic animals. Sheep shearing, okay, nosocomial, okay, Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever. How do we control? Okay, we control it by measuring domestic animals, spraying the campsites and limited areas. So kapag pumunta ka doon sa US o doon sa Mediterranean Sea, nag-hike ka, dapat may dala ka laging anti lamok, or spray. Alright, so next, let's go to Rio Verde. So we will be discussing the three types of Rio Verde. We have the Coltovirus, Orbivirus, and the Rotavirus. Actually, that's Rota, no? Rotavirus. Okay, so tinawag po siyang Rio kasi ito yan. It targets a respiratory, tapos enteric, enteric, and orphans. The virus that attacks respiratory, enteric, orphans, Rio virus. These are the first members of the family to be discovered and now classified as orthoreovirus. Again, respiratory and enteric ang pinupuntirya nila. Ito po yung itsura nila. Para silang napakalit na mga durian. Oh, diba? O kaya Jolin. Ganyan po yung itsura ng Reovirus. Okay, next, Rotavirus. The rotavirus is recognized to be the most important cause of infantile gastroenteritis throughout the world. It has dsRNA with a genome of 10 to 12 segmented molecules. So, ito po yung itsura. Okay. Istriktong patnubay at gabay ng magulang ang kailangan. Maaring may masiselang tema, lengguwahe, karahasan, sexual, horror, o droga na hindi angkop sa mga bata. Guys, infantile. The virus that attacks infants, mga babies, infants. Rotavirus. Ganyan po yung tai ng mga infected, no? Magmumukha siyang peanut butter na may buo-buong peanut. O, di ba? I'm sorry, pero I do hope pag pinapanood nyo to, wala kayong kinakain na pandesal o kaya tinapay. But that is the poop of a rotavirus infected infant. So, properties of Reoviridae: striking icosahedral or quasi-spherical, stable siya sa acidic condition, okay, pH 3. Kaya kung papansinin mo, 'di ba, enteric siya, so part diyan stomach, basta buong GIT, ang pH ng stomach ay pH 1. Kaya niyang mabuhay. And it has the infectivity increased by proteolytic enzymes exposure in the gut. Ganun kasi, mas nag-grow siya kapag acidic. Excuse me. So, what are the properties of rotavirus? It is discovered first in the duodenal biopsy nung mga biopsy nung tai, okay, ng mga male-born children. Okay? Yung virions niya may parang wheel-like, kaya sa tinawag na rota. Okay? Rotating. It is most common in the gastroenteritis in infants with a VP2 protein surrounded by capsid. So, the rotavirus are classified into 6 serogroups A to F. The human rotaviruses are is group A, okay, that falls into 9 serotypes. 1, 2, 3, 4 are rare, are 6, 8, 9, 10, or 12, and then 4 P serotypes, namely 1, 2, 3, 4. This is distinguished by monoclonal antibody. Okay? Atypical rotaviruses are in groups B and C. And the group A can be differentiated into serotypes based on neutralization. And also the PAGE, known as the polyacrylamide gel electrophoresis, can be a method to detect viral RNA. It is based on the patterns differences. If we get the idea of electrophoresis, there is the um, this is based on the fragments of large and small DNA. Ito, orbivirus, donut shape. 10 molecules of the sRNA. It infects humans. Tick-borne Kemerovo viruses of Serbia. Okay. So, sino na dito ang nakapunta sa Colorado? Wala pa. Pero yung Colorado ay kanta po yan. She trade Colorado if you take her with them. Parang ganun yun eh. Panoorin nyo na lang by, nakalimutan ko na kung sino kumanta. Pero every time I hear this orbivirus, yun po yung nagpe-play sa music ko. Kasi Colorado is a country song. So, when I hear that, ito, Colorado tick fever. It is caused by tick-borne from Colorado, known as Culti virus. O, di ba? Kaya nga siya Culti kasi combination ng Colorado tick. It is contracted from ticks by campers, hikers, hunters, and forest workers in the Rocky Mountains of North America. O, di ba? Maisip nyo na naman siguro si Rocky Mountain Fever, bacterial yon. Pero kapag ka virus, cultivirus, Rocky Mountains of North America. So, wood tick, yung mga garapata ng kahoy, known as Dermacentor andersoni. Diyan nananatili yung mga virus. 3 to 6 days yung kanyang incubation. Makakaramdam ng saddleback fever, headache, retroorbital pain, severe myalgia in the back of the legs. Usually, 5% ng children ang dumadanas nito. It is isolated from the RBCs because it multiplies to the RBCs. Ibig sabihin, contextually, we can isolate that via whole blood or sa RBC mismo. Doon sila nagmamature. It persists in mature red cell in cases of prolonged viremia. So, the best method to detect this is immunofluorescence. Ito po yung itsura niya. Parang gagamba. Next, orthoviruses. It was isolated in 1951 from feces of Australian Aboriginal child by inoculation of infant mice. It is one of the 3 serotypes of mammalian reoviruses. The 3 serotypes share common antigens and can be distinguished by hemagglutination inhibition. Okay, so we are now on the topic of Retroviridae, and we will be focusing only on HTLV and HIV. So yesterday, I have sent you the animation of the replication of the two virus Retroviridae. So I'm going to expound na lang the things that we need. So this is the structure of a Retroviridae virus. As you can see, the internal core is RNA with the enzymes. Actually, there are 3 which will be discussed later. The matrix, the viral envelope, icosahedral, and with its proteins is endocapsid. So the molecular structure animation of the retroviral integrase looks like this. That's how technology interpreted it. And as you can see, the DNA, the spiral, are coiled or joined in the nucleosome. Okay, so again, when we say Retroviridae, HTLV, HIV. So, the virus that I have shown you a while ago is the structure of any or generally Retroviridae virus. So, let's start with HTLV. Stands for Human T-cell leukemia virus. Okay? And from the name itself, we understand it attacks the T cell. It's the first human retrovirus to be discovered, previously known as retroviruses of other animals and birds. This category of virus are explained in the book of Harmening, on the viruses category correlated with the blood transfusion and the diagnosis and condition. That's why blood banking, immunohematology, and serology are related to each other, as well as the virology. So in here, we'll be focused more on the virus part, the nature of the virus, and then later on, let's be creative and exercise our minds to correlate the three subjects: virology, serology, immunohematology. Going back to the topic, HTLV1 was found to be oncogenic. It has oncogene, the gene of a cancer. This is not the gene, okay, that is linked with nesty or tongue juice. Gene means Gene. The oncogene is responsible for the unusual form of T-cell leukemia. There are two types, HTLV1 and HTLV2. HTLV2 is prevalent in intravenous drug in the users in the US, but do not demonstrated to cause disease. So, this is the blood smear appearance of HTLV. When you become future medtech, lalo na pag nag-abroad kayo at nakita nyo yung ganyan, parang clover shape, yung clover, yung sa braha na nucleus ng cell, HTLV yan. Ito yung katawan ng may HTLV. Okay. Ito yung itsura ng lymphadenopathy, pamamaga ng Colani. So, HTLV1 induces cancer, despite the genome is unable to carry oncogene and does not following integration of pro-viral DNA. The gene contains the TAX gene. The TAX gene is a protein product that is responsible to initiating leukemogenic process. Nakakabulol. Grabe. Leukemogenic process. For the REX gene, it encodes a protein REX. Again, REX gene is the encoder of the REX, regulating splicing of RNA transcripts by promoting production of cytoplasm of unspliced viral RNA. And this gene is known to have a negative effect on the production. Okay po. So, if there are splitting of RNA, we can say and assume that there is continuous division of RNA. As you can see a while ago, in the core of the virus, it is RNA, right? So, what is the function of RNA now? Is it transcription or translation? Translation. So, yun ang pagkakabasa natin. Kaya, continuous sila. Okay, next. So, this is crucial for the function of the human T-cell and plays a central role in the development of the T-cell leukemia. The illustration shows the replication of HTLV. Okay, so ito po yung mga yan. As you can see, the HTLV1, yung tax gene, ang pwede niyang gawin, una ay activate yung NFKB. Yung NFKB na to, P13K-AKT, ay mahalaga sa pagdami ng T-cell, pag-survive ng T-cell. Next, it activates the H3. It is responsible for replicative immortality. Next, the tax gene also activates the CDK. Ano yung mga P53 inactivation? Yung phosphorylation and cell cycle progression. It has also the HBZ, activated the cell proliferation. So, kung abnormal, kasi di ba usually pag leukemia, yung cell mo abnormal na, tapos pinaparami mo yung abnormal. Ganun yun. The tax gene activates NFKB, 13K-AKT, T-cell proliferation. So, ano ba yung REX and tax? Negative regulation expression that leads to decreased, mababang expression ng viral genes and can be re-established latency. Ano yung latency ulit na sinabi natin? Maalala natin? Alalahanin niyo, baka malay niyo ilabas ko yan sa quiz. Example lang naman. Okay. For the pathogenesis of HTLV, papasok yan sa katawan, titirahin yung CD4, tapos pwede mo yan, di ba, CD4 sa semen at dugo. Pwede rin siyang parenteral. Okay? Mula sa nanay, may pasa mo sa anak via breast milk, breastfeeding. Pwede rin transplacental transmission. So, the incubation of HTLV is 10 to 40 years. Grabe. Kaya pag humina ang resistensya mo, pag tumanda ka, pwede mo na siyang pwede na siyang mag-activate. Lifelong persistent infection yan. It remains subclinical but occasionally induces disease after its incubation. Grabe, no? Its oncogenic activity is based from the tax gene. Okay? And the presence of tax gene induces pleiotropic cellular DNA. Again, may tax gene. Ang purpose niyan, pleiotropic cellular DNA production. And ano yung clinical features? Asymptomatic siya. Hindi mo yun naramdam. Kala mo wala, pero meron. 1 to 4% risk of development disease after an incubation of 10 to 40 years. ATL or ATLL takes the form of acute aggressive leukemia of mature CD4 T cell in the middle-aged adults. These are the following that these virus may exhibit. Okay? Lymphadenopathy, pamamaga ng kolanik, hepatosplenomegaly, pamamaga ng atay at saka ng spleen, hypercalcemia, tataas yung calcium, tapos leukemic cell, okay, leukemia. Yan na yung mapuproduce dun sa sa bone marrow mo. Tapos lytic bone lesion and malignant T cell that are large convoluted nuclei. Yung parang kanina, clover, flower, nucleus. Okay, the second important route for the transmission is sexual intercourse. So, nakakahawa yan when it comes to sex. Tapos, high incident, lalo na sa babae. Okay po, mag-ingat po. And, yan, IV drug abuse increases also the hazard. Kaya yung mga drug users and drug addict, yung mga pinaulit-ulit na syringe, kakatusok, yun. Next, HTLV2 fortunately causes the most infections. No disease has not yet been linked. It is common in Panama, Guyami Indians. How do we control this? IV users must be discouraged from sharing needles and syringes. Screening of blood and organ donors abolishes transmission by that route. Seropositive men should be advised to use condoms with any seronegative partner and to consider the virtues of monogamy. Next, retroviridae again. Okay. I know, kilala nyo po ang taong ito. Tonight. Joke lang. Actually, may sipon ako eh. Kaya, hindi ko masyadong makakanta. Okay, so that is Freddie Mercury. Yang picture na yan ay taken nung 1983. Ang title niya, Live AIDS. Okay? He was prominent, famous, for singing the Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay, ang banda niya ay Queen, as well as yung banda niya na yung kinanta nila na Too Much Love Will Kill You. Sila po yung kumanta nun. I'm just the pieces of the man I used to be. Yun. Pero sobrang taas nun. Ngayon, nag-concert siya kasi during that time, 1983, wala pang mga bakuna about sa vaccine. At syempre, during that time, 1983, di ba, growing pa lang yung technology. So, nung siya ay nagkaroon na ng AIDS, iyan na po siya. Unti-unti pong kinakain yung kanyang katawan sapagkat humihina na po yung kanyang resistensya. So, the condition that attacked Freddie Mercury is known as HIV. It was first case, okay, and it was described in 1981. Kailan siya nagkaroon? 1983. Yung HIV 1981, 2 years pa lang. Noon wala pang high-tech. Okay? So, HIV is derived from the products, okay, 55 KDA. So, when we say 55 KDA, what does it mean? Okay, so the 55 KDA gene is the GAG gene, or a group-specific antigen that is one of the 3 major structural genes in the HIV genome. It is responsible for the assembly, okay, and also formation of new virions or virus particles. So, ito yung itsura ng mga pantal-pantal sa skin. Okay, so there are what we call proteins, P17 inner surface, okay, lined by myristylated matrix protein, okay, and we have also P24. It is the most abundant viral protein, and also a genome of P9 and P7. Please take note that these proteins are essential in the serology. Pwede nyo basahin yung HIV part ng serology para mas maintindihan nyo itong mga to. Tapos, ikinorelate din natin ito sa serology, diba? Para maunawaan natin yung tinatawag natin na Western blot analysis. Okay, so yan po yung iba't ibang klase ng gene for HIV na hindi naman na natin masyadong idididalye, but at least be familiarized na lang with the P's. Okay, please take note that there are 3 viral enzymes for the HIV: the reverse transcriptase, the integrase known as endonuclease, as well as the protease. So, the reverse transcriptase is the one carrying the RNA's H activity. So, reverse transcriptase is an enzyme used by retroviruses to convert viral RNA to DNA. So, basically, it reverses the normal flow of genetic information. Okay, para maunawaan natin, ang normal cell, nung pinag-aralan natin sa genetics, yung anapy, tapos background siguro sa histopathology. Ang normal po na cell division, DNA, RNA, transcription, saka mag-translation. Yung coiled na DNA, mag-i-split para maging linear. Pag naging linear, okay, kukopyahin. Correct? Tapos, yung single strand na RNA, okay, meron niyang messenger, meron niyang transfer. And they are the one responsible for making ribosomes or amino acid group. Tama, na kailangan ng cell para magkaroon ng protein. At pag nagkaroon na ng protein, tuloy ang laban, tuloy ang buhay ng cell. Continuous division. Nakuha? In the case of reverse transcriptase, baliktad. Translate muna bago transcript. Kaya, from RNA, ang mother, translation, magiging DNA. Kaya si DNA ngayon, na transcription, ipa-follow niya yung cycle hanggang sa continuous yun. Okay? Kaya kasi tinawag na reverse. Okay? It reverses the transcription. What? Where it is found. Okay? It is naturally found in the retroviruses. Okay? So, the purpose of RNA's H activity is to degrade the RNA strand of the RNA-DNA hybrid. Next, the integrase. Okay? Okay, so integrase is a viral enzyme naman encoded by the Pol gene along with reverse transcriptase and a protease. The function of integrase is to catalyze the integration of viral DNA into host chromosomal DNA, a permanent and essential step into retroviral replication. Okay? So there are three reactions that these integrase may perform. Number one, the third prime or the 3' processing, where it removes the two nucleotides from each end to prepare for integration. Second, the strand transfer, wherein it forms a permanent and covalent bonds. And third is the gap repair, where the host cell enzymes repair gaps around the insertion site. Okay. Next, the significance of studying this enzyme is to help us in the development of medications for HIV, to be aware of its latency, and also to determine the type of gene therapy that we will be using against the retroviral vectors. Next, last, the protease. The protease cleaves long viral polyproteins into functional smaller proteins needed to build infectious virions. Okay? It cuts the GAG polyprotein and the GAG polyprotein. The function of protease is it acts during the late stage of the HIV cycle. Okay. After the budding from the host cell membrane, it cleaves, okay, please highlight polyproteins. It cleaves polyproteins, the structural rearrangement, okay, to become the virion. So, the essence of inhibiting protease is to cause production of immature defective virions, which later on, if we did that, the viruses cannot infect new cells. Yun lang isipin natin. Protease, pag walang protease, walang virion. Pag walang virion, immature ang cell, hindi siya makakapagpadami. Okay? Okay. So, the clinical relevance of that enzyme is to monitor the maturation and replication efficiency. Next, for the types of HIV naman, the HIV2, the second type, is 40% nucleotide sequence homologous with HIV1. It has a VPX, VPU confined in Africa. Please take note, the VPX, known as the viral protein X, is a unique accessory protein in HIV2, came from SIV strains. Ano yung SIV? Simian Immunodeficiency Virus. So the function of that protein is to counteract, okay, some HD1. Okay? Some HD1. Capital S, capital A, capital M. HD. Domain 1. Okay? Yan ay host restriction factor. Protein cell that defends, okay, the body against certain viruses. I'll repeat. The VPX, okay, counteracts the SAM-HD1. Yang SAM-HD1 na yan, host restriction factor. Sundalo ito ng katawan. Makikita mo si SAM-HD1 sa dendrites, sa macrophages, at sa mga CD4 T cells. So, if VPX targeted counteracts SAM-HD1, okay, mahina ang iyong dendritic, macrophage, and CD4. Next, VPU. The VPU naman, okay, degrades CD4, okay, and counteracts the tethyrin or BST2. Si tethyrin or tethyrin prevents the virions from budding off the cell. As a result, the VPU, okay, degrades or inactivates the tethyrin. Once the tethyrin is inactivated, the virus can release, okay, itself. Nakuha natin? Okay. So, to sum up, I wanna explain to you the difference of HIV1 and HIV2 through those VPX and VPU. Si HIV-1 at si HIV-2, both may accessory proteins. Yung accessory proteins ang tawag VPX o VPU. Okay? Sa HIV-1, okay, sa HIV-1, walang VPX pero may VPU. I'll repeat, si HIV-1, walang VPX pero may VPU. Si HIV-2, may VPX, walang VPU. Si VPX, ang punteriya niya, SAM-HD1. Si VPU, ang punteriya niya, si CD4. Pag napahina ni VPU si tetherin, okay, makakapag-release si virus sa loob ng cell. Si BPX, pag pinahina niya or sinira niya si SAM-HD1, magdadami siya, okay, magpo-produce siya sa may macrophages. So, there are 5 major genotypic subtypes of HIV-1 known as the clades. Buti na lang clades, hindi clades. Okay? Clades, ha? Clades. Pero kanta yan, di ba? You and I, Clade. Ay, di ko na alam yung title na yan, pero commercial tayo. No? 30 to 35% of their envelope and gag genes occurs in US. Ang HIV ngayon, malalaman na natin or can be traced by PCR and sequencing. So, sa mother to child, okay, sa single blood donor, and also sa mga taong mayroong factor 8. Okay. So the infected T cells undergo cytolysis through CD8. Antibody-dependent cellular cytotoxicity or antibody complement-mediated lysis. The apoptosis is activated via CD4 cross-linking by GP120 and other mechanisms. There is a hypothesis suggesting that HIV may infect system cells and other cytokine-secreting cells. So, HIV is known to destroy the CD4 memory cells. Tandaan nyo na, CD4 memory cells. So, dysregulation of T cells can occur, leading to a loss of delayed hypersensitivity, which is crucial for immune responses. Did you discuss about this hypersensitivity, allergic reaction, di ba? So, dinidelay kapag ka mayroong HIV. Because the dysregulation results in a significant decline in CD4 T cell populations, ultimately leading to AIDS. And AIDS is classified as autoimmune disease. HIV replicates slowly within differentiated non-replicating human tissue macrophages. Then, chronic infection can persist for several weeks. A syncytium formation may occur during the infection. The HIV attacks the cytokine levels. Okay? I'm saying now, summarizing the facts about HIV. So, the virus binds to cytoplasmic vacuoles instead of the plasma membrane. Okay? So, kung babalikan natin yung relationship, ano ba kasi yung difference ng plasma membrane at cytoplasm? Yung cytoplasm, yan yung swimming pool ng cells kung nasaan ang mga organelles. So, kapag doon siya nag-grow, it means talagang mababa ang tsansa ng cell na mabuhay. Kasi kapag ka membrane ang problema o doon sa bakuran ng cell, okay, it sticks with there. Okay, it sticks there. Okay? Mag-accumulate lang siya, magbabad siya doon. Pero ang problema kasi, doon mismo sa swimming pool, okay, yung virus na nag-grow. As in, tinira niya yung pinakaloob ng cell. Kaya, kung yung swimming pool, kung nasaan yung mga organelles, kapag sila doon nag-grow, wawasakin na yun. Pag nawasak yung swimming pool, which is the cytoplasm of the cell, wasak yung mga organelles mo. And, that's the time na, syempre, hindi na makakapag-grow ang cell. Kaya nga siya cytolysis na. So, infection of macrophages can predispose the patients to opportunistic infections such as TB and toxoplasmosis. You will encounter again the HIV-related condition, TB, tapos toxoplasma. Okay, especially when you studied yung sa parasitology din. Okay, kaya pala yung mga cause of death ay HIV-related, chu-chu-chu. So, yung HIV kasi, papahinain niya yung immunity mo, pwede niyang bigyan ng tsansa yung um, bigyan niya ng chance yung ibang organisms na mas lumakas. Ang tawag doon opportunistic. Okay? Please take note that the other affected cell types include neurons, endothelial cells, oligodendrocytes, astrocytes, M cells, and enterochromatin cells. Okay. So, HIV as the cause of AIDS. It can be cultured, detected by the PCR. It grows preferentially and destroys the CD4 macrophages and brain cells. 4 categories was made in 1986 by the US CDC for reporting the purposes and classifying HIV-induced diseases. So, 4 po ang classification ng HIV. Okay? Class 1, acute infection, asymptomatic. Class 2, Class 3, persistent, PGL. And Class 4, associated with other disease. Okay, so ano ba yung laboratory diagnosis? The diagnosis may be required for with or without symptoms. Pwedeng monitoring. Okay, pwedeng blood screening for organ donors. Kaya nga minsan kapag ka nagpapa-blood banking, kaya yun yung purpose ng mga cross-matching, yun yung purpose nung 3 stages ng blood banking. Kasi hindi porket nakakolekta tayo ng blood, isasalin ka agad yun. I-check pa yan sa cross-matching kung tawagin. May mga blood type, tapos i-monitor kung siya ba ay infected ng ganito, nabakunahan ng ganito, may past exposure sa ganitong pathogen. 'Di ba? Ang saya na pag-aralan, no? Lalo pag siguro nag-medtech na kayo in the future in iba't ibang bansa, no? Ma-encounter nyo itong lahat ng mga pinag-aaralan natin. And then evaluation of antivirals or vax or via seroepidemiologic surveys. Okay. How is the dealing of symptomatic HIV? Sabi natin, pwede mong i-measure yung HIV, pwede mong ma-diagnose yung asymptomatic HIV. Ngayon naman, ano yung symptomatic? Paano naman i-deal yung mga symptomatic HIV? Actually, naka-base tayo dito. CD4, CD8 ratio. Paki-highlight yan, ha? CD4, CD8 ratio. Immunologic function. In vitro assays, okay, for T helper cell function. What else? Skin tests, antigen productions, and please note also that the levels of serum B2 macroglobulin will be increased as the surrogate markers of T cell activation. Also, serum or urinary neopterin elevation. And we can find that in the macrophage activation marker. Grabe, no? Kung maghihima kayo or kung nasa hima na kayo, tapos papag-aralan mo ito, babalik ka lagi dun sa function na ano ba kasi yung macrophages ulit? 'Di ba ang macrophages or macrophage ay final maturation
Ang immature maturation ay monocyte, white blood cell. Kapag monocyte, nasa circulation. Pag si monocyte pumasok sa mga tissues, macrophage ang tawag dyan. Okay? At ang macrophage ay deposited sa mga tissues. Okay? Pwede palang tirahin ni HIV yung macrophage O yun. Doon yung tinasabi nating correlation. Alright! I end my discussion in HIV. Okay? And I do hope that we can see each other again next sem on a different subject. That's it. God bless for the final exam and also for the upcoming chapter quiz. See you.